Well, good morning, everyone. I was a little bit baffled just now because I sat down to start recording this and I was hearing weird noises outside, and I looked out the window and it looks like my neighbor is having their roof replaced today. So if you hear construction noises going on in the background of this video, that is what is happening there. But I actually was not planning to film this particular video for you guys today. I wanted to go film first thing this morning a plant shop tour video for you guys, but it is freezing cold outside. It actually snowed briefly last night. It didn't get quite cold enough on the ground for it to stick, which is good. That means we aren't stuck at home today. But it's just too cold to go film the plant shop tour at the shop that I wanted to film for you guys. It is a rather large shop. It is one of my favorite shops. And there's no way I was going to keep the camera steady between my trimmers that I have and shivering from being freezing cold. So that video will be coming up in the near future for you on a warmer day. Hello, Toby. Would you like to say hi? Come say hi. Say good morning. Say good morning. Cutie. Okay, so like I was saying, you guys, I am going to film that plant shop tour still for you guys. I'm just going to wait for a day later this week when it's a bit warmer outside. But we might actually still be going here in a little bit to a different plant shop because I do have some gift cards from Christmas and my birthday that I need to use. And my friends Donna and Debbie have been watching my videos. They saw my Planty gift guide. And so they knew that if they got me just a generic gift card, that the odds were I was going to spend that on practical things like groceries and whatnot. So they actually got me a gift card specifically to one of the local plant nurseries that I frequent a lot. And so we're going to head over there today and see what we might want to buy with this. I don't know what I'm going to get yet, honestly, you guys. We're just going to see what there is to see and figure it out when we get there. And they also dropped off some other non-planty things for me when they dropped off that gift card, and they were in this cute little basket here, which is going to make an excellent cover pot. I don't have anything that needs this right now, but I mean, who knows? Maybe what we get at the plant shop today, we'll be able to use this for. But I also have another gift card that I honestly kind of forgot about. It was in my car and I just found it when I was cleaning my car out yesterday. But my company that I work for my day job had a small little Christmas party this year, and they did give us all Christmas gifts in the form of a $100 American Express gift card. And normally, you guys, I would totally just use this on practical things that were not related to anything fun or planty. But I want to try and force myself to actually use this on something fun this year. So that's why I was like, you know what, let's just film a video about buying planty things with you guys with these gift cards, because that will force me to have to use this on something fun and planty. And honestly, you guys, I'm leaning towards a grow light. I am of mixed feelings about which one I am gonna get right now. If you had asked me this question like a month ago, I would have given you a solid answer. But I kind of was thinking about it and talking about it with my dad when he was here about like design and aesthetics wise, what he thought. And now I'm like second guessing myself. But the grow light that I want to get is going to be for this area right behind me. And by the way, you guys, you'll notice that the Tenanthe setosa is not where it normally is right now. It's actually over on the other side of the TV stand because it looked like it might be getting spider mites. I've given it 2 spray downs now, and I'm not really seeing anything else, but I don't know. Sometimes I get so paranoid that when I see like even dust on plants, you guys, that it's spider mites, but it just made me nervous. So I didn't want it next to these plants right now. But normally it is right there. And so these 3 plants get a decent amount of light during this time of year because the sun shines directly in the windows behind where you are. But in the summertime, it's not a lot of light, and I feel like it's not enough light. And I constantly have to move these like by the windows during the day and then back at night. And so I want to get a grow light for here. Now, like I said, if you had asked me a month ago, I would have hands down told you I was going to get a Soltech light, a Soltech pendant light to hang over this area. That might still be what we do, but I was just questioning my dad, like, was it going to look weird if I just have one grow light hanging here and not another one like on the other side to balance it out? Is having the cord just hanging there going to look weird? Because I know a lot of other YouTubers that have those lights, they have them kind of in like a corner, and I think it looks nice that way because the cord goes into the, you know, where the walls meet in the corner, and it's not as noticeable. Whereas here it's going to be coming like straight down behind the Baltic blue pothos. And I mean, to an extent, it's going to be hidden by the plants, but I don't know. My dad was like, I don't know, it wouldn't be my choice anyway. So started thinking about other options, including the mother grow lights. And we're going to look at all these together on my computer here in a bit. And if I did the mother grow lights though, it would be more like I would just bring them out, put them there, and then like put them up at the end of the day. But at the end of the day, like, no pun intended, but at the end of the day, that's going to be a little bit of a kind of frustrating situation. I feel like having to constantly like take those lights in and out, even though it would look cleaner, I guess. I don't know, you guys. Let's just get my computer and let's just start looking at these grow lights and figure out like what we want to do. All right, you guys, so a couple of things. First of all, I apparently did not plug my computer back in and it doesn't have enough juice for us to do this with my computer, so we're just going to be looking at it on my phone. Secondly, the roofers have decided to start playing music, so if you're hearing music in the background, that's what's happening there. But I'm going to go ahead and let me make sure I'm recording on my phone so I can show you guys what I'm looking at. And we are going to go, I think, to the mother's site for those grow lights first and look at those, because while I was attempting to go get my computer and everything, I was thinking more about it and I don't know if that's going to work, but let's go ahead and take a look. So these grow lights are a bar style grow light. It's called Plant Spectrum. And if we're looking at this, you can see the light is just coming off of one side of the bar, and you can hang these, or they have like a stand so you can stand them vertically up next to your plants, and standing them vertically up is what I would have to do in this situation for these plants. But my concern here is that these come in only two sizes. So there's the 16-inch size, which is $139, and then there's the 32-inch long one, which is $229. But with this space, in order to get the Monstera, like it would have to be the 32-inch one. I would have to get that. But the other problem, you guys, is because of how these plants are, if I put the 32 one on the floor next to the Monstera, it's not going to get light up towards the Baltic blue. It's probably not even going to get a lot of light towards the Setosa when it's here. So I'm thinking like if I were to do this one, I would have to like move it around during the day, not just like, hey, put it out in the day, put it up at night. I would literally have to start it out like by the Monstera, and then I probably have to put it on the TV stand to get the Baltic blue and the Setosa. And honestly, I don't even know that a 32-inch one's going to be tall enough if I set it on the TV stand to reach the Baltic blue. So the more I'm thinking about this, the more I really think that Soltech pendant light is the way that I need to go. So let's go ahead and go over to their site. And I think I still have it up from when I was looking at it the other day. So let's see. Oh, yep, right there. And I do know from doing my research before on this Soltech light, they have two different ones. They have a small one and a large one. For the coverage area that we're looking at back here, I am going to need the large one. And they do come in different colors, but with my color scheme I have going on, I would want to get the white one. So as you can see, it is a pendant light. It's very stylish pendant light. That's one of the things I like about it. It's not going to look like just like an industrial grow light, you know, hanging out over there. And once again, I'll get the white one, but they do come in the black as well. And they have, like, the cord is nice too, you guys. I know I was talking about the cord, being able to see the cord and is going to be weird, but it is like a fabric encased cord. So it's not just some funky plastic looking cord hanging out. And the only other like big question I have on this one, and by the way, the price on this one is $200, which I feel like it was cheaper than that before. I don't know, maybe New Year increased prices? I don't know. But for this large one, it is $200. And let me see if I can find the picture of what comes with it. So here, one of the nice things that I am liking, because I don't remember them doing this before, it does come with a timer to turn it automatically on and off. It's the same, pretty much exact same outlet timer that I have plugged in for my IKEA cabinet as well. So that's nice that it comes with that. It does come with multiple different hanging options. And that's the other thing that I'm struggling with right now is how I want to hang this. And I've seen how a lot of other people have done them. Now it does come once again with special hooks to hang it from the ceiling, you know. And the thing though that I am not 100% certain on when it comes to the hooks that it comes to hang it with, they do require you to drill into the ceiling. Now, if I do get this and I get it hung up and I decide like, yeah, I don't like how it's looking or whatever, and you know, I'm like, all right, well, I'm just gonna return it and get the mother lights or whatever other light I might wanna get. I now have a hole in my ceiling I've got to patch, and if it's a wall, no big deal, but I hate having to paint a ceiling. And so I try to avoid putting holes in my ceiling that I'm gonna have to patch and paint at all costs, unless it's just like a screwed in hook to hang a plant, because I can patch that pretty well without it being super noticeable and having to paint the whole ceiling or anything. So I think in addition to this, what I would want to get is one of the special hangers that people are selling for this. There is a clear one called, I don't know if I can remember what it's called. Let me see if I still have it up on here somewhere. Okay, so here it is. So this is what this one looks like. And you can see it's a clear plastic. And so it arches the light out and it gives it a little bit more structure. And so I kind of like that. But I was looking at this the other day and I was like, well, I wonder how far out from the wall it's going to push the light. And I looked at it and it was pretty significant. I measured it and it's going to make it hang like almost out in front of the Monstera, which is going to defeat the purpose. So I don't think I'm going to be able to use this one. I just wanted to bring it up with you guys just in case you are interested in getting one of these lights and you've seen these as well and we're thinking about getting one. Just make sure you check the distance from the wall to the front of it and how far that's going to be, you know, in relation to where it's going to hang above your plants to make sure it will work. Now, Soltech, let me get back over to their site, is actually selling their own hanging device now. I think it's called the Pinocchio, if I recall correctly. Let's see if we can find it. And I'm leaning towards this being what I might get as well to hang this, because I think it's going to make things easier in terms of making sure that the light is hanging where I want to in terms of where it is above the plants, like the distance from the wall. Okay, yes, it is called the Pinocchio and it is adjustable. And that's the other thing I like about it. So as you can see, this has like the big part that attaches to the wall and then there's that narrower part that comes out and it moves back and forth and up and down, which allows you to adjust how far from the wall the light is hanging. And so that's kind of what I feel like I need, because trying to find, like measuring what distance from the wall I need it to be and trying to find a mount that just happens to be that distance is going to be virtually impossible. So I think it's really smart that they made this, and it does come in different colors. So now here's the problem, you guys. I don't know which color I want. Originally, I was thinking, well, I'm getting the white light. I'm just going to get the white one, right? Because they do have this white one. But then I saw they have like a natural wood color one, and I do have like a lot of the like natural wood colors in my house and in this room. So I was leaning towards that, but then I was also like, you know how it goes. Is it gonna match your natural woods? Because not all natural woods are the same color. But then I was like, I'm probably being ridiculous because it's gonna be way high up on the wall, so you might not even be able to tell. So I'm just kind of torn and going back and forth now on whether I'm gonna get the white one or the natural wood one. But I really think this is the better way to go just because of how these plants are positioned. And I do feel a little bit better about it now too with this special hanger that they have, because I won't have to drill into the ceiling. I don't know, you guys. I've never been like so indecisive about something in my life. All right, I think we're gonna do it. I'm gonna go ahead and order this. Once again, I'm getting the large one in white, the large aspect pendant light in white. Once again, just getting the large one because reading their specifications for the area of coverage I need, that's what I need. And then I'm gonna get that Pinocchio mount. I think I'm gonna go ahead and go for the white. Actually, you guys, I take that back. It looks like the white one is out of stock. So perhaps I should take this as a sign that I really should have been getting the natural wood one anyway. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get that one. I can return it for a white one once it is in stock if I decide that I don't like it anyway. Get this ordered real quick. And that is done. And just FYI, you guys, this is not a sponsored video or anything like that. I just like the way the Soltech lights look. I've heard good things from people. Obviously, I have not owned one before, but of course I will let you guys know how it does with the plants here once I get it, assuming I like how it looks and I keep it. But all right, now we've got that done. Let's go ahead and let me check the temperature outside before we decide what we're doing next, because I was thinking maybe we just go ahead and head to that plant shop to shop, but what are we at here? Well, we're at the warmest it's gonna get today. So we might as well just go ahead and head over to that plant nursery and see if there's anything that I wanna get with that gift card. All right, you guys, let's see what we got. You guys, this is the biggest ponytail palm that I have seen in a store ever. This thing is almost the same height as me. I wonder how much they want for this. Oh, that tag says $100. $100 for a very large ponytail palm. I am like loving how this plant looks, but let's move on. So over here we've got a nice table of Hoyas, but as we discussed in a recent video, labeled simply as Hoya 4-inch. which is a shame, but look how beautiful that looks. I love the coloring on these leaves. This is so adorable, so cute. I might keep that one in mind, but let's keep wandering around and see what else we see. You guys, a bunch of their succulents are flowering. Look how long this is. Look how long that is. That's crazy. And this one over here is flowering. These are some very, very happy succulents despite how freaking cold it is in here. More flowers over here, flowers over here, flowers everywhere. And these are fascinating to me right here, how these look. The coloring on these is really, really interesting. It doesn't, of course, tell me what kind of plant it is. It just says succulent. Okay, guys, so I know I talked about this in my plants I would never own video. This is the old man cactus that looks like it has white hair on it, and I said I didn't really like them. I would never own one, but you guys, I have to admit, in person, I am liking this plant a lot better than pictures I have seen online or in other people's videos. It's not nearly as like weird looking to me. I kind of like it. I don't know. My mind might just have been changed on this one. I'm definitely not going to buy one today, but yeah, I'm kind of having a different opinion on it now. These are some really nice looking baskets of Philodendron Brazil here. Look at this Philodendron Birkin leaf, you guys. That is like a fascinating looking Birkin leaf that I've never seen anything like that before. We've got kind of that half moon thing going on, but then look at the variegation up there. That is very interesting. Very, very interesting. Very unique leaf. Over here we've got some Philodendron Painted Ladies, which honestly do not look very happy. I don't think they like this cold weather that we're having here. This is probably just a little bit too much for them. Even though they do have some above heaters happening in here, I just don't think these plants are too happy right now with the cold. That's why they look a little bit sad. I'm actually kind of surprised, you guys, that these Fittonias aren't like having a freak out with this cold weather we're having, but they actually all look pretty good over here. Maybe Fittonias have like a higher tolerance than I recall, but I don't know. They look pretty good to me. It's also giving me complete and total Valentine's Day vibes, which is coming up shortly. That's probably why they have so many of them. And over here we've got Petrocrotons. Definitely not on my list right now. A bunch of different types of ferns. Here are some beautiful looking Boston ferns. These are very lush and green. I love how ferns look. I just, lots of care, lots of watering. Not sure I'm down for a fern right now. Ooh, these are very beautiful too. Look at the coloring, you guys. Oh my gosh, I'm loving the coloring on these ferns. And over here we've got the blue star ferns. I mean, look at the color. Oh my gosh, why am I loving ferns today? What is wrong with me, you guys? Is it just because it's cold outside and they're giving me springtime vibes, so it's like making me want like to have ferns? I don't even know what's happening right now. Let's move on. Let's move on before I decide to buy a fern and regret it later. Here we got some baby raven ZZ plants, some regular ZZ plants. Okay guys, so they do have some variegated peace lilies here. This is one of the types of variegated peace lilies. This is the peace lily domino. You can see that variegation on there. Like, I love the way these plants look. I have actually been thinking about getting one for a while. I have never owned a peace lily before. I know it's going to get pretty big though, and I don't know where the heck I would put it. It's also not on my wish list, which I'm trying to only buy plants that are on my wish list, but this was birthday gift money to this particular store, which kind of is of course going to limit me, but that was the purpose, was to force me to buy something planty. So this is definitely a possibility today, but let's keep looking around and see what else there is. Okay guys, so another possibility is to use this gift card to get some sort of planter. So maybe we might do that as well, because I do need some more cover pots for some of the import plants that came in. Oh man, I actually do need quite a few. All right, let's take a peek at what we've got for pot options. And I will say right now, I find this to be super cute. It's not exactly my style and coloring for my house, but I think that is adorable. And I love that it comes with a little stand. Okay, I'm just curious if this bugs anybody else when you see pots that obviously people didn't really take their time when they were glazing, and they've got like drips that obviously weren't, you know, purposeful. It looks more like it was just a mistake on these pots. That drives me nuts. Like, who wants to buy this? Like, it just looks like it's messed up. You can just tell they didn't care when they glazed this. It's so annoying, and they want $25 for that. No, thank you. Okay, I would not get this for in my house, but I think this little shoe pot is super cute for like outside. And I mean, I'm not a big terracotta person, but I still think that is super adorable. I think that would be so cute in somebody's like front flower bed or out back, you know, by your pool or something like that. So cute. Okay, you guys, I kind of like these pots too. Now, once again, these would probably work in my bedroom, but it doesn't really fit with the color scheme in the other areas of my house, except for maybe upstairs. But I don't really have any like white upstairs. I don't know. I think this would be something I would have to use in my bedroom. I don't really need one in my bedroom right now. We might come back to these, but let's move on. All right, you guys, I'm about to brave the colder area outside because there's more pots. All right, you guys, now I'm really braving the cold for you because we're actually outside, but they have so many pots, and I just wanted you guys to see like the vast selection out here. Like, look how far it goes. So I'm probably going to very quickly walk through here, see if there's anything in a size that works for me, because these are usually where they keep mostly like their bigger pots and then also all their terracotta. So I'm just briefly gonna like quite literally run through here, see if I see anything. If I do, I will stop and let you know. All right, you guys, I'm not really seeing anything out here, and I am like freezing my butt off, so we are gonna head back inside. So of course, you guys, now that I'm here, I'm like contemplating like, oh, but I could get more perlite and orchid bark and horticultural charcoal, and I'm really trying not to use this on these kinds of things, but it's just so freaking tempting. It is so freaking cold outside, you guys. Like, I'm sure you just noticed I am literally like the only one braving the cold to go to a plant store. And normally, you guys, if we were doing like a real plant shop tour, I would be showing you every single plant and talking about them. But like I told you, I was supposed to be doing a tour of a different shop today, and I didn't do it because it's so freaking cold. We are mainly here to shop, so that's why I'm just been showing you like kind of what I'm seeing and then stopping and talking about the things that were kind of interesting to me. Okay, so here's the deal. I actually live smack dab in the middle of two locations of this nursery. This one has the by far the biggest and best planter selection, as you just saw. And when it comes to buying outdoor plants, I actually prefer this location as well. Certain times of the year, they do have the better indoor plant selection, but sometimes the other location surprises me and has the better indoor plant selection, even though it is a slightly smaller store. So I think what I'm gonna do, because I was kind of like, am I gonna get something here? Am I not? I was kind of being a little bit wishy-washy. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna head over to the other location right now and see if they have anything different to offer. Lots of times they will have the same indoor plants, a lot of the same indoor plants as this location does. So the ones that I kind of saw that I liked here, there's a good chance they'll have them as well, but they might have something else that I like better. So let's head over there. Alright you guys, so let's see what we've got here. I've already seen some of the stuff that's the same, but I didn't really see a lot of Dieffenbachias or Aglaonemas at the other store. They do have some here. This looks very beautiful, but I have already seen some of the plants that I liked at the other store here. So let's just keep looking and see if we see anything else different. Look how cute all of these little baby Haworthias are. Oh. And these bigger ones have such beautiful stripes on them. I love it. These poor Rhapidophoras don't look too happy. Poor babies, they're probably so cold. That is massive, you guys, and it's 30% off. It's huge! Alright you guys, so they do have more of the Hoyas here. This is the one that I keep looking at and I'm like, oh my god, maybe I'm gonna buy it. I don't know. This is definitely a slightly bigger one here. It looks really wet though. I'm kind of worried about those roots, but maybe they just watered it today. But I'm trying to remember. I think this is a Hoya carnosa tricolor? Exotica? Tricolor Exotica? I think that's what it is. If I'm wrong, I'll flash it on screen, but I don't know. It's really cute. I'm really tempted. How much? We are 30 bucks. 30 bucks. I didn't pay that much attention to how much they were at the other store in the slightly smaller size, but really kind of worried about how wet it is, but it just looks really, really cute. I don't know. Maybe, you guys. Let's go look at the pottery and see what they've got here. So I'm seeing a lot of the same stuff here as at the other store. Alright you guys, well, I'm kind of, I'm torn. I really do like that Hoya. I don't know exactly where I would put it. I'm trying to be mindful, like I said this year, about not buying plants when I don't know where I'm going to put them. Also, a note for you guys. If you'll notice that one that I was looking at here was in a hanging basket versus the ones at the other store were not in hanging baskets, and they did have 6-inch ones at the other store as well as the little 4-inch one that I showed you. And what I have learned is 6-inch pot, as far as I'm concerned, you guys, 6-inch pot should be a 6-inch pot, but for whatever reason, because it has a hanger, that one I know for a fact will cost more than if I were to get the 6-inch one that was just in a regular nursery pot that didn't have a hanger on it at the other store. So if I were to decide that I did really want that, I would definitely go back to the other store and get it. But you know, I think what I'm probably going to do is just hang on to this gift card for a bit and see what they get in new. And you know, at this point, because we are hitting our coldest point in the year, typically here, like February is usually kind of our worst month in Texas for the cold, they'll start getting more stuff in and newer stuff in like March. And so it could end up being that I hold on to this gift card until then. But I really am leaning towards, if they get in some more planter options and things before that, using the gift card for that, because like I said, it dawned on me that I'm going to need some more plant pots to use as cover pots for those new plants that I got from Aroid Asia. But for now, let's head back home where it is nice and warm. So I honestly don't know if I have ever been quite so happy to be back in a nice warm house. It is just so cold and so dreary outside, you guys, just ugh. Nasty. But it did occur to me that I did get 2 other Planty birthday type things that I haven't shown you guys. And one of these actually was from Calloways that we just went to, the first location that we went to, and it is a plant pot. And the reason I got it was because I knew I was going to need more pots, as I've mentioned, for my imports. And Calloways sent me at the beginning of January a 30% off 1 item coupon specifically for my birthday that was good for the entire month of January. So a couple weeks before my birthday, after we had gotten the imports in, I went ahead and went to the store specifically to get a pot. And I remembered I had a $5 worth of reward points through their reward system with them as well. So I ended up getting the pot that I'm about to show you, and I'm going to show it to you with the plant that's in it, which is one of the imported plants. So I got this pot specifically for the Monstera Thai constellation. Let's see if I can get this all up on screen for you. So this is just a matte white pot. I have a bunch like this. You've probably seen this before. Like I'm thinking, let's see, my Rhaphidophora tetrasperma is in one this exact same size. And the Rhaphidophora tetrasperma is in the same kind of plastic nursery pot situation as this Monstera is. So I knew this pot would work. So I specifically went in the hopes of getting one of these. Now I am kind of sad because they are like selling out of all the matte finish versions of these pots. If you happen to notice while we were there, they do have a lot of the glossy ones like this, but I prefer matte. So I'm kind of bummed that they aren't like reordering more matte stuff in, because a lot of the stuff we saw today was glossy. But anyways, I think the Monstera Thai constellation looks gorgeous in this pot. And if you guys can see, that new growth point that was starting when we unboxed this plant is about to finish unfurling, and I am dying, you guys. It is unfurling so freaking slow, and I just want to know what the leaf looks like. I've been so tempted to kind of open it up and peek, but I was like, don't touch it, just leave it alone. And once again, you guys, I am working on the acclimation video, acclimating imports from start to finish, and you're gonna get that probably 3 weeks from now, because I wanted to be able to show a full month's worth of what the plants look like every day over the course of that time and how they fared. But honestly, you guys, Monsteras don't skip a beat when it comes to most things. And as you can see, this Monstera has not skipped a beat. We haven't lost any leaves. And honestly, I didn't even stick this one in the IKEA cabinet. I literally well, you'll see what I did to acclimate. And most of the plants went into the IKEA cabinet. This one did not. And once again, we are totally happy, healthy, we are fine. And I want to show you too something interesting here, because I did notice when I was watering this plant yesterday that the roots have already started to grow again and are expanding around in the base of this pot. So can you guys see the roots in there? This camera is killing me. There we go. So you see the roots starting to push through the soil in there. See over here? So we have already started to grow again. I mean, Monsteras are so resilient, you guys. They are great plants, and I'm just so excited about this leaf right here. So let me put this guy back, and I will grab the next Planty birthday present that I forgot about to show you guys, and it is another plant pot. Okay, so when my parents were here visiting for my birthday, and they came the weekend before my birthday, because my dad had Martin Luther King Jr. Day off from work, so they were able to come up for a longer period of time. We did go to Hobby Lobby. Was it Hobby Lobby? Yes, we went to Hobby Lobby. Why did we go to Hobby Lobby? We might have actually gone to Hobby Lobby specifically to look for plant pots. I think maybe that's why we were there, and I thought I couldn't find anything, and then all of a sudden I found this super cute, like, you're gonna see it in a second, pot, planter, I don't even know, basket. You'll understand when you see it. And I was like, it was really cute, but it was really like, I felt like it was overpriced. It was like 50 bucks or something. So I was like, I passed. But my mom, being my mom, was like, give it to me. I'll buy it for you for your birthday. So that is how I ended up with this pot. And you're about to get to see another one of the imported plants, because I decided that it was going to look super cute in this pot. And that is the Philodendron Splendid. And I did get a pole for this guy, as you can see. And here is the super cute pot that he is in. Look at it. I love it. So this is like a basket, but then it's got like a plastic liner pot inside of it. It's very similar to what my Aphelandra squarosa is in my bedroom. And also my Caladium Hilo Beauty is in something similar. So this just comes out, and then the plant is actually in like a see-through, well, that's what I thought. Okay, technically the plant is in an old pickle container. This was a container of pickles, but since it was see-through and sturdy, I just put some drainage holes in the bottom of it and used that. So once again, you'll get to see the full process of how I acclimated this one, but honestly, this one hasn't really skipped a beat either, and it is no longer in the IKEA cabinet. It has been living just out in the kitchen. I put it closer to the windows right now because I want to encourage it to develop those roots or start growing those roots more quickly. But I think I know where I'm going to put it permanently. We'll cover that in a future video. But honestly, you guys, we haven't lost any leaves. I thought like when the temperature dropped this week and the humidity went from, like when the plants got here, I was averaging like 60% in this house for the first week they were here. Well, first almost 2 weeks actually. And then this week we got cold and we went from like averaging 60 to averaging 30 overnight. And so I've been keeping a very close eye on this one in particular to see like, oh my God, are you gonna have a freak out now? And if it does, I will probably like either, well, I would have to rearrange the cabinet to get it to fit, but I also have humidifiers that I could bring out to put next to it and whatnot. But so far, so good. Doing fine, seems to be happy. And once again, you guys, I am just absolutely loving how this plant looks with this pole in this cute little pot. Let me see if I can back up a little bit here for you so you get a better idea. But very, very happy that it's doing well. Very happy that I found this and that my mom decided to buy it for me. And there is one other birthday present that I got from my parents, and I kind of feel bad for the orbifolia on the kitchen table, you guys, because I've told you guys before that that kitchen table has pretty much been a glorified plant stand since I bought it over a year ago, because I couldn't find chairs that I liked to go with the table. So it's literally been a plant stand that has been its sole purpose for a little over a year since I bought it. But we went to a furniture store while my parents were here that my dad wanted to go look at because they were looking for something for their house. And I was like, you know what, I haven't been to this furniture store before. Maybe I'll be able to find some chairs. And sure enough, I did. They are this kind of the material type and the coloring and kind of the vibe that I wanted for my house, for the chairs that I picked for there. They also are thankfully not super deep or wide, because that was one of the other problems I was finding before when I would find chairs I liked. They were too big for the table, and they don't cost like $500 per chair, which was the other problem I was having before when I would find ones that I liked for the table. So let me go show you what they look like. And sorry, orbifolia, but it's actually a kitchen table again now. But the orbifolia is still gonna live there. I'm just gonna, you know, periodically probably have to move the orbifolia out of the way if I'm gonna actually sit and eat at the table. All right, you guys, so here are the chairs. And yes, I only got 2, because honestly, it's only ever me and one other person, or it's like more than 4 people here. And when there's more than 4 people, we use the dining room table. But this is kind of the material, I don't know how, is it rattan? Rattan? How do you pronounce this, you guys? But you know what I'm talking about. That is the material I wanted on the chairs, because it kind of goes with the jute rug and everything in the living room. And since this room is open to my living room, that way it ties in well. But let me see if I can't get a slightly different angle for you guys, because I want to explain why also I kind of like the 2, because I have the table pushed back, but you can't tell from where I am right now. So give me 1 second. Okay, guys, so as you can see, it's pushed against the wall, and that is because I like having more open space here and not feeling like I'm having to maneuver around a table. Because if you can see where the light is up there, the table should be centered underneath that, and that would bring it to right about here. And I just feel like that's like in the middle of everything. And even walking from here into the living room, I feel like I would be having to dodge furniture. And once again, since it's usually like when I'm using this table, it's either going to be just me or me and one other person, I think having it against the wall works. And really the chairs, like I'm not going to leave the chairs there. Like if I was using the chairs, I would pull them out and then move them over a little bit so that there would be an easier like way to sit. But Then again, you guys, maybe I am being completely illogical here, because if I moved this over to here, I could put more plants along that wall. I totally could. I could put a bunch of plants on poles like this guy against that wall. Food for thought. Perhaps comment down below and let me know what you think. Leave it there against the wall or move it over here and put more plants against the wall. Also, you guys, if I were to move it over to here, do you think I would then need to get 2 more chairs because it's going to look kind of funky with just the 2 if it's like in the center of the room? I'm kind of thinking I would. I don't know. Help me make a decision, you guys. Comment down below. All right, you guys, so I know we only ended up buying one thing. Well, I guess technically we bought 2 things because we bought the Soltech grow light and the mount for it. And I was really hoping that we would find more things to buy today, but you know what? Sometimes that's just how it happens. And never feel obligated to buy something like right away when you get gift cards or things like that, because later on down the line, you might go back to the store and find something you really love and then regret not having waited and held onto that gift card. Now, once again, I am glad that the gift card that we used today was the gift card from my company that I could have used on anything, because the longer I held on to that, the more likely I was not to use it on something fun and planty for myself. But the gift card we didn't use today is the one that I have to use at that store, that nursery that we went to, Calloways. So, it's not like I'm gonna sit here for 3 months and then in that time frame be able to be like, oh, well, I'll just use it on groceries or something like that. So once again, thank you to Donna and Debbie for locking me into what I have to buy with that. I'm getting tongue-tied, you guys. But I hope you guys have enjoyed coming along today with me on my little shopping journey. And Toby is now standing on my leg wanting to say goodbye. So let's say goodbye, Toby. Ready? Say goodbye. Say bye. You just say wave your paw. Why can't you look at people? You don't want to look at people? What if I hold you like this? Oh, you're gonna give me a kiss? Thank you. Thank you. You're so sweet. All right, you guys. Well, thank you once again for coming along today. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If so, please be sure to click that like and or subscribe button down below. And Toby and I look forward to seeing you again next time. Aloha!